Hey, house guests! Welcome to today's Big Brother 26 updates and spoilers. Hope you're having a great day today. This is so annoying. My hair is so staticky today, and I hate that. But anyway, welcome to today's updates and spoilers, and a special happy birthday to my big sister. Yay! She's 37 today. Yay! All right. Our house guest of the day is Nancy Cowden. Nancy, thank you so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate you so much. So thank you again. And if you want to be house guest of the day like Nancy, check out our Patreon link in the description below. And you will also find a link for Paramount Plus if you're interested in checking out the live feeds. And it really helps us out. And I have to mention on Patreon, it's only $1 for a holla. I know somebody was looking at in the comments, so it's still very much alive. But anyway, let's get into it. When we left off yesterday, we had Quinn. I keep calling him Quinn. Quinn versus Chemo up on the block. And it was looking like at first, maybe there was a chance that Quinn would actually have a chance to stay because he was going around doing his preliminary talks. And Mackenzie was believing him when he was saying that he wants to stick with the 5. Now, again, the 5 is the group that voted Tucker out. So it's Chelsea, Cam, Mackenzie, Leah, and Quinn. So he's saying he would stay loyal to that group. Plus, Mackenzie really wants to break up the trio of Tikor, Rubina, and Chemo. So if she could keep Quinn, who she feels like she'd be safe with, and get rid of Chemo and break up that trio, she'd be really happy about that. However, Chelsea was presenting lots of counter arguments for Quinn to go. She does not believe that Quinn would stay loyal to them. She feels like Quinn is going to protect Leah at all costs, and he's just going to turn around and target the rest of that 5, which, yeah. And why wouldn't he? He's on the block this week. Chelsea put him up, right? So yeah, she does not see him staying loyal. And I would have to agree with that. She also feels like the trio of Tikor, Rubina, and Chemo are going to be easier to beat in competitions than Quinn or Leah would. So she wants to break up that duo. She feels like that duo is more of a threat to her anyway than the trio, because let's be real, out of anybody else in this house, Chelsea is more protected by the trio than anybody. They want to work with her. She is like number 4 for that trio. Honestly, some of the trio members might pick her over each other. So yeah, she wants to break up the duo of Quinn and Leah. However, Chelsea did tell the cameras she's not necessarily going to be mad if Quinn does end up staying this week. I'd be furious. I'm sorry, but like if you make a big move like putting Quinn up on the block who she's supposed to be good with and working with, you gotta vote him out. You don't just keep him around and go like, oopsies. No. We also saw yesterday that Angela was telling Leah she would vote to keep Quinn if he promises not to target her. So Leah spilled about this to Mackenzie because she feels like Mackenzie is with her. For some reason, she doesn't realize how close Mackenzie is to Chelsea at this point, which just kind of blows my mind, for real. Yeah, so Leah told Mackenzie about it in the hopes that they could get one more vote because they would need 4 votes in order to keep Quinn this week. And that's not going to happen because Mackenzie told Chelsea and Cam all about this. And this trio of Mackenzie, Chelsea, and Cam, they no longer want to keep Quinn. They are not considering it at this point because they know if Leah and Angela are part of keeping Quinn, Quinn is going to protect those 2. He's not going to go after them. So they don't want that because who else is he going to go after, right? So they're not into it. But Mackenzie is considering pretending to be on board with Angela and Leah and saying she's going to vote to keep Quinn, only to change her vote and vote out Quinn at the last minute because she wants Angela and Leah to be on the wrong side of the vote so that the trio will still be pissed at those 2 in the hopes that the trio would target them instead of Chelsea, Cam, Mackenzie. So great. I just think that's such like a Do you really want to be doing that? Do you really want to blindside somebody at this point? Like, we're in the jury phase of the game now. It just doesn't make sense. But if you want to do it, whatever. We'll see. Something else we've been watching. Leah is really pissed at Chelsea right now. Not like just for putting Quinn up on the block. I think she's more upset that Chelsea told her she was considering putting Leah up as the replacement nominee this week. Yikes. Also, Chelsea is pissed at Leah for being pissed. Chelsea figures, you're not even on the block. What are you so mad about? I mean, Leah is also pissed about the 2-on-1 conversation that she had with Mackenzie and Chelsea the night before the veto ceremony. I'm hoping we're going to see it on tonight's episode because I've only seen a little bit here and there. But from what I have seen, Chelsea and Mackenzie were not treating Leah very nicely. And that is sticking with Leah. But it's weird because I feel like out of the two, Chelsea and Mackenzie was being way more aggressive in this conversation with Leah than Chelsea. But for some reason, Leah doesn't seem to care about Chelsea's or Mackenzie's behavior in that situation at all. She's like really upset with Chelsea. So it's very strange. But anyway, let's talk about the new stuff. Yesterday, this is like, okay. Yesterday was a silly goof off day. There was not a ton going on. I talked about this yesterday. Quinn was walking around in his purple jumpsuit from the veto competition. He's holding a stick with a bandana on it. He's holding out a cup, asking for spare votes. It seems like he's looking for his TV time on his way out, right? He wants to make sure we have a lot to remember him by. But jokes aside, what he did with that was still way more campaigning than what we've seen from Chemo. I would say that's more campaigning than we've seen for all of the weeks that Chemo has been on the block combined. I just feel like Chemo has not really even been playing at all ever since Tucker was voted out. He just kind of like is there now. Just chewing really loudly, burping really loudly, just doing Chemo stuff. Is really boring to watch. But Quinn does say he's going to do some more serious campaigning tomorrow, meaning today, Wednesday. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But a bunch of the house guests yesterday also made some foil hats that they were wearing around the house. Yes, it has come to this. This is what I have to talk to you guys about. People making foil hats. All right, let's move on. Later, Quinn paid Leah a visit at her bed in the pedal room because she was still stewing in there. She spent like most of the day in her bed again. So Quinn was asking her, like, will you come hang out with me and other people in the HOH room? I really think it's going to help both of our games if we socialize a bit. And Leah's like, I don't want to. She says, now, however, she does want to have a one-on-one conversation with Chelsea. Before she was saying she didn't want to talk to Chelsea. But now she's like, yes, I want to talk to her. And it's going to be about how Chelsea continues to throw my name under the bus. But she says she's going to do it in a nice way. Okay, sure. Quinn is like, no, I don't think this is a good idea. He's worried that this is going to have a negative effect on his game. Yeah, I mean, it probably wouldn't be great, right? Because at least in Chelsea's eyes, Quinn and Leah are like this, right? I mean, they are, though. So it's not going to reflect well on him, especially with him being up on the block. But Leah is talking about how Chelsea is playing a dirty game. She's a hypocrite. Aren't they all? Isn't everyone in the game right now a hypocrite? That's just kind of what Big Brother is. But she says that Chelsea is trying to make her the black sheep to buy herself a week. Another big issue that she has with Chelsea, and this is warranted. I would be pissed about this too. Chelsea is trying to place all the blame for Quinn going up on the block on Leah, which is just not the case. That's not why he's up there. But that is something that Chelsea has been pushing, and Leah's not happy about it. So Leah tells Quinn, don't let Chelsea fool you. Don't do it. Leah also says at this point, she feels like Quinn would have her, Angela, and Mackenzie voting for him to stay. So they only need one more to make it happen. You're going to need more than that. But Quinn lets Leah know he really appreciates her campaigning for him. Maybe she'll leave her bed, maybe she won't. In other news, T-Core started taking her braids out last night, and she was getting assistance from a bunch of other people. It is a very long process. I don't know when this is going to be done. I don't know if the plan is to have this all done in time for the live show tomorrow, because, like, I don't know if they're going to make it. It's a lot of work. But, yeah, that's a thing that's happening. So then Chelsea, Cam, and Mackenzie had a little chat last night, and they are all on the same page at this point that Quinn needs to go this week. Again, they feel like they cannot trust that he wouldn't just turn around and target them if he were to win HOH next week. Chelsea is saying if it is a tie, which she does not want it to be, she really doesn't want to have to break a tie because then she's going to have to show her cards. She says she would be voting for Quinn to go. She's going to keep Chemo, even though she knows Leah and Angela would be really pissed at her. But she's not really concerned about that. Later, Quinn visits Leah again in the pedal bedroom. And at this point, it's like her ass is fused to the bed. She's one of the grandparents from Willy Wonka. Like, she's posted up in that bed. But Leah is going on and on about how she feels isolated. She feels excluded from everything. But at the same time, like, you've chosen to stay in your bed the last 2 days. So I don't know about that. But she's also saying she's frustrated, she's pissed, she's sad. She doesn't feel seen, heard, or appreciated by the rest of the house guests. And I have heard a bunch of the house guests throughout the season complain about how when Leah is part of a conversation, she just takes over. She's talking nonstop. So the fact that she's like, I don't feel heard, is wild. She feels like she's being villainized. That goes along with her being blamed for Quinn going up on the block. She feels like people are being fake and performative, and she says, that's just not who I am. Girl. Roll the tapes. Anyway, she did end up venturing out to the kitchen for a bit last night to hang out with some people. Nature is healing. But of course, with her going back out there, Rubina was like complaining later, like, oh, Leah isolated herself for like 2 days and then she just came out and hung out like nothing was wrong. You just can't please people sometimes. But yeah, let's talk about some quick things from last night. I have several things here that are just like rapid fire, right? So T-Core and Rubina, they talked about how they need to really lock something in with Chelsea. They want something official with her. They want something basically in writing. But did they do it yet? No, they did not. We'll see if they ever do it. Chelsea checked in with Chemo, and she let him know, you're going to have the votes. You don't have to worry. But she also lets him know, if it is a tie, I will be breaking it in your favor. I will be keeping you. Okay, this is just going to fuel him to continue to not campaign. But whatever. Another thing that happened, Quinn was talking about, oh, if I get evicted, he asked Leah, can I hold your hand as I walk to the door? And Leah was like, are you trying to make me a target? She says she does not think that that's a good idea. Ooh, freaking denied again. Do you think Joseph was fuming watching that? I don't know. But anyway, we also found out that T-Core and Chelsea both recognized Cam on day one from TikTok because he is an influencer, as is Rubina. Cam and Rubina were talking for like the longest time this afternoon about being influencers and what brands they want to reach out to after this, what brands they want to work with. And I'm sorry, it was just like exhausting to listen to. It was too much. Like, there's a lot of influencers on this season, and it's just very dull to listen to. But anyway, speaking of Cam, he got a neck and shoulder massage from Mackenzie last night, and he had his shirt off at the time, so it was skin on skin. And it looked like he was really enjoying it. He was all like, I'm not even gonna do it because that's inappropriate. But he was really, I don't want that my face looking like that on the internet. But he was really enjoying it. T-Core, Rubina, and Chemo were all bearing witness to this. How long before T-Core spills about this to Chelsea? I'm sure T-Core was disappointed too, because she had a little conversation with Cam a few days ago about how he needs to cool it with Mackenzie because people are going to be looking at the two of them as a duo, right? So now she's seeing this happening. Yeah, but Mackenzie, it did not take long for her to be like, should I have like not done that? Is this going to mess up my game? It depends. Is Chelsea going to find out about it? We'll see. But yeah, that was last night. Today, Angela was thanking Mackenzie again for using the veto on her. She's just so grateful that she met her in this house. She wants to work with her moving forward. But like, how can anybody take that seriously from Angela? Because we've seen what she has done to the people who use the veto on her. It does not take her long to turn on them. So if I were Mackenzie, I would be taking that with a humongous grain of salt. But yeah, and Angela was talking about how nice it was for her to go in the storage room this morning and not see her suitcase in there because she's used to seeing it. Oh, Angela. So that's pretty much where we're at. There's just not a lot happening right now, which is insane for the day before an eviction. Will we see some campaigning today? Quinn said he is going to be doing some more serious campaigning. I don't know when he's planning on starting that. I hope it's not going to be at like 2 a.m., but he said he's going to be campaigning. And then Chemo, he's also on the block. And he was telling Leah, I don't want to think too much today. You know, I don't want to get in my head about things. So he's really hoping to play a bunch of games to keep his mind off of things. Here's a game maybe you want to play. It's called Big Brother. It's a game that you're already kind of supposed to be participating in. I don't know. I guess he just figures he's safe. So, like, why rock the boat? But he's just way too comfortable right now. It's a lot. It's a lot. Will he end up checking in with people? We'll see. But yeah, that's where we are. Eviction tomorrow. It's not looking good for Quinn. We'll see. We'll see if he can pull off some sort of miracle, but I'm thinking probably not. So this is going to be the first eviction that will not have the AI arena leading up to it. So it's going to be like regular old Big Brother tomorrow, which is going to be fun. And I'm hoping maybe because of that we'll get the HOH competition in the episode. That'd be nice, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Okay. So that's where we're at. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Wendy Will, thank you so much for the super chat. Wendy says, Quinn can be irritating, but at least he's playing the game. Yeah. I like Chemo, but barely notice him, so prefer Chemo to go. I really liked Chemo in the beginning, but ever since Tucker left, I just feel like he hasn't been doing anything. Like, he's not really adding much to the game, which is a bummer. I don't know if he just needs to, like, be re-energized or what needs to happen, but I feel like he's just kind of there now, so I agree. But anyway, thanks again, everybody, for watching. We'll be back tonight for the OTEV POV episode, so we'll see you for that. And until then, much love. Bye, everybody.